All right, it's 12:01. I'm going to go ahead and welcome everyone. It's Wednesday. For those of you that are new to this, I see some new faces. Just a quick reminder, what we do is we get together every day, Monday through Friday, for literally 15 minutes. So we got another 14 to go here. And the idea is to make sure that we're carving out a little bit of time every day to activate parts of our nervous system and our psychology and our relationship to our emotions and self-awareness and so forth, to just to remind ourselves that we have some agency in terms of how much attention we pay to these building these skills has a direct impact on the quality of our life as we live it. And so every day we do some different practices that all fall into this bucket of self-directed neuro or brain plasticity. So the idea is let's make sure we're choosing intentionally the types of skills we want to get better at and carve out some time to actually do them. And today's session will be a little bit of a review or a combination of the last 2 days that we did. So on Monday, we practiced some basic mindfulness. So this ability to take a step back and simply observe without attachment, whatever's going through our mind or whatever was happening in the present moment. And then yesterday we we practiced focus and concentration. So again, both are activating our attentional capabilities, but in very different ways. And so I thought today we would do a little mini attentional workout where we'll bounce back and forth between those two. Just a quick reminder is the reason attentional control is so significant in terms of the quality of our life is because at the end of the day, every present moment or what we focus on in any given moment completely determines the quality of our subjective experience. So literally moment by moment, if our mind or our brain is focusing on something or another, and to whatever extent we can actually participate in deciding what we're focusing on and also how we're paying attention to the present moment, makes all the difference. The difference between a pleasant experience or a really unpleasant one. And so the two types of attention that we're activating here is, first one is focused attention. So when we are in conversation with someone or we're working on a specific cognitive task, what we're doing is we're harnessing our attention and we're focusing it like this beam of a flashlight on a very specific task or object. And that in contrast to what we would call diffuse attention. So the difference here is, if I'm walking through the dark with a flashlight, I have a very focused beam that I can focus on objects of my choosing, in contrast to walking through the darkness with a lantern, where it just kind of illuminates everything a little bit, but I'm not focusing on any one thing in particular. Now, those two different types of attention, of course, are neither one is better than the other one. It really depends on what we want out of the specific situation. So, for example, diffuse attention is fantastic when I'm driving my car, right? Because I need that situational awareness. I need to be paying attention to what's happening in my peripheral vision. I need to be listening and watching and feeling all at the same time without getting too myopically focused on one specific thing. And then having said that, there are times when I'm driving in my car and let's say I want to change lanes or do something like that, then my attention appropriately will want to narrow and become more focused on a really specific task at hand. And so our ability to bounce back and forth between these two different types of attention is something that we can actually practice. So that's what I thought we'd do today. So let's go ahead and start by closing our eyes. And as always, is settling into the present moment, so the here and now. Whatever's happened this morning is done. And whatever's going to happen this afternoon has yet to happen. So In both cases, we don't really have any control over it. And so the goal is just to drop into this moment right here, right now, and see if we can give this moment our full attention. And let's start off by activating some focused attention. So bring your focus to your feet and the sensation of your feet being in contact with the ground. For me, this is actually the first time today that I'm really noticing that I even have feet. So I'm going to wiggle my toes, lift my feet a little bit so that they're both really in contact with the ground. And then just maintaining my focus on my feet. When we focus on something over a period of time, we call that concentration. So concentrating on the experience of feet. And now shifting gears and diffusing our attention. So while you're noticing your feet, also notice that the rest of your body, sitting in a chair or laying in a bed, notice the sensation of your feet, your legs, your pelvis, and your back, hands, shoulders, and your neck, and your head. This thing that we call the body consists of all of these different parts. And without focusing on any one of them in particular, just notice what it's like to be inhabiting your body. And what you may notice your mind doing is a kind of rapid fire, bit of serial focused attention, meaning it might be bouncing around from one body part to the next in rapid succession. Again, that I would say that's more focused attention. So see if you can soften this attentional gaze and just hold the entirety of your body in your awareness without focusing on any one particular part. We call this softening your attentional gaze. And now shifting gears back to focused attention, but this time focusing on your hands, noticing, in this case, my hands are touching and feeling this, the temperature, squeeze the palms of your hands, and bring your full attention to whatever sensation you're experiencing in your hands in this moment. Now let's shift our attention again and diffuse. So noticing again your body, noticing the air around your body, noticing any sounds that are in the space that you can hear. Again, without focusing on any one particular thing, just notice the overall sense of your body taking up space or existing in space, surrounded by sound, enveloped by sensation of the air around your body. Now moving from this diffuse attention to focused attention, this time focusing on your nostrils, the left nostril and the right nostril, and specifically noticing the sensation of cool air entering your nostrils. And then with each out breath, warm air passing through your nostrils again. Seeing if you can really focus on fully immersing yourself in the sensation of what's happening in and around your nostrils right now. And then let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. So inhaling through your nostrils, exhaling all the way through your mouth, then holding the exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Another deep, slow inhale through the nostrils. Exhale all the way through your mouth. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then just allowing your body to breathe on its own, opening your eyes. And noticing maybe now with some diffuse attention, eyes are open, there's all kinds of visual stimuli. You can hear my voice, you can probably hear all kinds of other sounds around you. Noticing your body, your feet, your hands. Right? So it's really sort of taking in the complete gestalt of everything that's going on around us. Um, yeah, and as a reminder here, basically what we were practicing today, I think of this as the two sides of the attentional coin. One was this focused concentration, this sort of laser beam type attention, and then the other one has very much to do with letting go of being focused on any one thing and really just sort of bathing or submersing ourselves in the overall um, gestalt of the moment, and being able to choose which one of those we're we're engaged in is a really powerful skill. So I hope that was helpful. Uh, it's 12:16. Hope to see you tomorrow. We'll do a gratitude practice. Take care, everyone. See you at noon.